Hello and welcome everybody to the week 2 games of the Platinum League. I am Thousand Eyes. Alongside me on this side is Gavin. How are you doing tonight, Gavin?
Pretty good. How about you?
I am pretty ready to go because tonight we are going to have what I expect to be some very, very interesting and fun games to cast tonight. We have Revolution on the blue side for game 1 tonight, and we have Rawr on the red side. So get ready, guys. It should be very spicy because not only are these teams full of very eccentric players, they also will talk trash about each other.
Actually, I think it's just going to be standard drafts all the way down, you know? You handshake Jinx Aphelios, you have the Victor Corky matchup, it's going to be fine.
No, shut up. That's not happening.
No, it's going to happen. That's my professional opinion.
Yeah. All right. Well, on that note, we are going to give the teams to go ahead to start the draft if they want to. So keep your eyes as we are going to get underway very quickly here.
Keep your eyes. Hold on to them.
Keep
Don't
your
let
eyes.
them go anywhere.
Keep your eyes. Look, dude,
scamps.
I'm running the stream and I'm casting. Shut up. Those things have gotten underway.
Keep your eyes, because Thousand Eyes will steal them. That's how she accumulated so many eyes.
Much.
So we got Soraka banned. It's already the War of the Enchanters. Ooh, Zeri's banned. All right, they're speeding through.
Yeah, give me a little bit of time because chat wants Gamba, so I gotta start a prediction here. Chat.
Oh, I love gambling.
Gambling.
Unfortunately for me, I can't gamble though because I'm always right. So at that point, it's like, you know.
There we go. All right, there you go. So now, like we have seen now, Soraka being banned, Pyke and Zeri being taken away. Zeri's been very popular, obviously, in that marksman role. And the Graves, because holy heck, I hate Graves top.
Tragically, you can't ban an item.
Yeah.
So that's a bummer.
Yeah, that is very sad. As Jinx is going to be.
See, I called it.
First pickup.
Jinx Aphelios trade-off.
I'm gonna be mad.
I'm always right. I don't know what you're doing with this.
You got this right. I'm gonna be so mad if you got this right.
I mean, you can't not. Like, Jinx and Aphelios are just the two strongest AD carries right now. Like, I'm joking, but also, like, they just are. It sucks, but they are.
Well, that is muscular Aphelios. That is Silas being picked up instead.
So there's the thing, like, if they pick Jinx, like, you don't have to pick Aphelios right away. You know they're not going to pick another AD carry, and they don't have another ban until the next phase. So like you can grab the things that you want to grab first, and then pick Aphelios. So they're not going to pick their AD carry here unless they just want to prove me wrong.
You say that, but like
there we go.
I don't trust either of these teams to not do something like run both Jinx and Aphelios.
Yeah, Aphelios in the mid lane can be fine.
Yeah,
I mean,
or the top lane.
Throw him in the support. Sometimes he has a stun. So
exactly. Sometimes you never know.
Once in a while.
If you don't know how you're supporting, the enemy team can't know, and that makes it very, very interesting as the Draven hover is going to come through here, and that's locked.
All right.
You want to take your words back now, Gavin?
No, because I'm still right.
You're still right. Yeah.
Yeah, I said Jinx Aphelios. It's gonna be Jinx Aphelios.
It's. Yeah, but
still right.
I'm gonna laugh if there is no Aphelios pickup though. That is gonna be very funny as looks like we are going to have the Nautilus lock in possibly, or the Renata. Renata has been enabled for this week, so Renata will be picked up for that bot side with, I would assume, the Jinx. I'm assuming the Draven is going to be going into a solo lane here. Definitely.
Nah, jungle Draven.
No, well.
Everything the light touches is Draven's. Welcome.
Yes, but no. As we are in the second ban phase after this Seraphine pickup. So, yeah, this is a wild draft already. We've got We've got a Lux and a Seraphine, both of which could go mid or support, depending on where they want to put them. And then on the other side, we've got the Draven and Jinx pickup here. And with the Renata, I'm very excited to see the Renata because I've played a bunch of Renata, and I absolutely love this champion. I think she is very, very good, and she can be extremely potent when you pair her against high attack speed types of carries like the Aphelios that you're expecting.
So I do think it's Lux mid. I looked at the op.gg's and I believe this person has played a lot of Lux mids. That said, a great way to counter Renata Glask is just don't play champions that worry about attack damage. Play dual mages in the bot lane.
I mean, okay,
fine.
yes. In reality, though, there is, like, Renata does struggle with poke in lane. She has no real way, like, she can shield herself with her E, but it's a very short range, and you're going to have to deal with a lot of, you know, really long range aggression. You can't deal with it. You can't heal off of it. So there's a lot of struggle for Renata when you go put her up against long range matchups. Now, as we do see, Samira and Jhin are going to be banned away here in that second ban phase, and Diana and Yorick banned now in the other side from Rawr, and Jarvan looks to be the lock-in here, as Revelation are going to have to pick their last two characters here.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would begin to predict for them. If I had to guess, I would say an AP jungler.
That's one.
I'm so good at this. You have two large AD threats in Jinx and Draven, and so an AP jungler would round that out really well. It's also a comfort pick for him. So yeah, it's an interesting draft. Lot of aggression, no melee champions, no tanks.
I mean, okay,
unless
Nidalee,
there they go.
Nidalee is technically half melee.
Ooh, pick Tom Kench. Yes.
All right, so the Tom Kench pickup here. Now, here's the thing, though. Tom Kench has been nerfed really hard for solo lanes, and does not do terribly well in those lanes because he basically lost all of his ability to use his gray health in lane unless he has another person around him. It's why he's been so popular in the support role. But looking at this, Renata can't solo lane, right? This isn't going to be Renata.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. So it's probably Tom Kench mid lane, if that's my shot that I'm calling. And then you send Lux and Seraphine bot lane, and then I don't know. This one's gonna be weird. I actually liked the Shen
We
pick.
expected it to be weird.
Yeah, it's one of the, it's hard to color cast and come up with predictions because
I thought you were too good.
Then I called my shot so well.
Okay, well, keep going. Let's go.
I already called my shot. I said Tom Kench I think is probably going to be mid lane.
I mean, you also did say Aphelios was going to be picked, and Aphelios was neither picked nor banned, so...
Yeah, I was half right, still. I also did say that Aphelios is... They're just the strongest, but if you're not playing an AD carry, then it doesn't matter. So I'm still right.
Fresh here.
Wrong
Let's
before.
get that. Oops. Oh, there was a bug on the thingamadoo. So actually,
I think they picked Kha'Zix.
I forgot to include that. So I gotta restart the drafter. Give me a sec, everybody. I apologize for that. We are going through the actual draft, but I screwed up. So
You done goofed.
yeah. That's what happens when you got to talk and run a stream at the same time. If you would like to run production, by all means, reach out and we can get you guys all set up. But yeah.
No, I'm pretty preoccupied being a father at the moment. So
Being a father, a father of who? I've never met your child.
that young man.
It concerns me that you just point straight to the ground. Because
He's on the ground.
Oh my goodness. Okay, as I will give you guys the heads up. As of right now, the Tahm Kench is going top lane. Draven is mid. And we are getting things as underway as we can here.
So, I know that Tahm Kench has been nerfed. However, I think
go.
he's going. I think he
have the
dumpsters
teams
Yone.
backwards. Hate my life.
I think Tahm Kench beats out Yone in the lane. I assume it's not a lane matchup I'm intimately familiar with, but Tahm Kench generally does good into like anyone that can't just stick on him and kill him until it's done. And Yone doesn't have a ton of damage early game. Does have a lot of stick-to-itiveness, but doesn't have a lot of sustain. So Tahm Kench's ability to just heal up with his Q, which personally I think that's one of the most like broken things about him. Like I know everybody complains about his E, but I really think most of his dueling power comes from the fact that he heals so much off of hitting his Q. And so he just has a stupid amount of damage and like stick-to-itiveness when he hits you with the Q, W's on top of you, so you're slowed, you get hit by that, he gets free auto attacks on you, usually runs grasp, so like the amount of sustain that he has in addition to his high base damages makes him just a menace. I don't know if they touched any of that in his nerfs, but I assume he's still fine. I don't think he's bad.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is they gutted his gray health. He gets like a quarter of his normal gray health if he is alone in a lane, as opposed to having a person with him, which makes it basically what it was when he would just have the gray health. So it definitely feels a little bit rough in terms of trying to sustain back after taking a bunch of damage, but it's still doable. It's just definitely pulled back into line, as it was very potent. As right now the timer will be ticking down and we are going to be going into the 3-minute delay here. I just want to get an idea of what you think this early game is going to be like, just from a full team perspective here. I saw your eyes go wide. You must have something in your mind.
So like bot lane, nothing is happening bot lane. None of those champions have solid engage. I think it's kind of a handshake to farm bot lane. Like Alexa and Seraphine are going to try to poke it out. Mid lane is going to be a powder keg or a dumpster fire. Either one. I think both junglers need to recognize that, like, if you let a Draven get fed, he's going to win the game, and if you let a Sylas get fed, he's going to win the game. So I don't know. And in that regard, I do also kind of give the edge to Tahm Kench in the top lane, because like if you don't have a ton of jungle pressure on Tahm Kench and that lane goes neutral, I put more value in the Tahm Kench in the late game than I do the Yone, all things else equal. So because there's no tank on the other side. Like you have a Jarvan, but like into a Draven and Jinx,
Yeah,
it's not gonna matter that much.
So. I do want to ask what you kind of are expecting in terms of the jungle pathing and what kind of aggression we might see early, because like both these junglers are known for being early game junglers, if maybe in slightly different ways.
So if it were me, I would probably start on the top side and work my way bottom. Like I know I said bot lane shouldn't be that volatile early, but it's always, because like you can always, if you start top and go bottom, you always have the choice to choose between either mid or bottom ganks. But if your bot lane is pushing in, you can go there and help them clear that out, or you can set up a counter gank. So you have that option to alleviate pressure on the bot side, or you can go mid lane to try to get your lanes ahead. So I would say start top side, move bottom. Again, the bot lane isn't that volatile, so maybe just full clear for both sides. But hopefully we see some aggression early.
Yeah, well, with that, we are going to take a quick break as we get ready to go into the action here, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with whatever these compositions are. So we will see you guys in just a moment. And hello and everybody, as the game does not want to seem to show here. Fix that in just a second here. Oh my goodness. You know what? Hey Gavin, can we pause again? Pause at 45 for me. Cause yeah, I'm gonna take us back to the break while we figure out that. Be right back. And welcome back, as I still need to sing correctly here, and we will. There we go.
Minions have spawned.
Apologies. Live things going on. This is not a fun time when OBS decides it doesn't want to find League of Legends in your
We've all been there. We've all decided not to perceive League of Legends every once in a while.
It does be like that sometimes. All is fixed now. We are definitely a bit behind on where the live game is. Apologies on that, but we are finally live as
we can get back to this totally normal mid lane that's happening.
this very definitely normal every lane that is happening. There is not a lane that has a normal like champion in it outside of the jungle.
I mean, like Revolution's bot lane is normal. Like, Nidalee jungle is fine. Jarvan's fine. Sylas mid's a thing. Yone top is spicy, but not too bonkers.
Tom Kedge top is definitely a bit spicy nowadays. I will say that much.
Yeah. In pro play, he's basically a support. Like, he's back to being a full-time support now.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate. I liked him as a top laner.
I'm sure because
Mostly
you got
because
a
he
lot
was broken.
of, yeah, I was gonna say.
But
yeah, things
free LP will do that to you.
Things getting pretty much just
there he
normally
goes.
underway. Shanghai going in and getting a little bit of trade. You can see already just how Tom Kench is going to struggle a little bit. Important to note, the junglers started on opposite sides of the map, so they are going to be going towards red buff on each side.
I would like to confront the flagrant lie that you just peddled. He hadn't even leveled his
Oh, well, we're
yet.
not going to do that yet because we do have Draven going in, getting the Ignite onto the Sylas, but Sylas will just back away. Jarvan burning Flash for some reason, as Philotron's actually just going to go down immediately on that bot lane, the poke coming through. Because there's the Seraphine moving forward. Donna's girlfriend going way too far forward as here comes the Nidalee. MXL is going to back away. There is Deceres getting out there. Tons of shields on that bot lane and no kills for Revolution, as it will just be the 1-for-0 on the bot side in favor of Rawr.
Yeah, it's definitely what we wanted to see as far as both laners picking lanes to bully. Like, we knew we weren't going to get any kills in the bot lane, or we guessed, I guessed, so I was wrong for the first time ever. But yeah, I mean, that was good play by both of the junglers to recognize, like, you have volatile lanes, you need to be active. Waiting to scale in this game is not going to go your way in any way. So yeah, good to see from both of the junglers. They both just completely swapped sides. You saw Jarvan trying to invade top, but all of the
MXL taking a
minions
lot of
were gone.
damage. There's the poke from the Nidalee. Oh no, the flash forward. MXL is going to die, burn to death, and not get the reset off, but I believe the Lux will die. That is Kilotron picking that one up. Not the Nidalee, as you may would want to see. But it is still going to be a pickup there. Here is Levy going forward, getting the jump over. That flash doesn't mean anything because that Nidalee will go long range, and Levy picks up a kill for himself. That is now a 2-for-2 in the game so far, things evening out.
Yeah, I would think that that's a little bit in the favor of Rawr. They have a little bit of a gold lead, and also getting kills on both of the kills onto Lux, whereas Revolution's I have their names listed on opposite sides, so I'm having to look at the sides and then realize, like, okay, no, I have to switch. Anyway, their kills are both on Nidalee, which is good, but also on the Renata Glask, which does nothing at all. She does not scale with damage at all. So you know.
Okay, here's the thing. If Renata gets an early Imperial Mandate, that is very annoying to deal with, as it is a lot of extra damage. Now, granted, I will say you'd rather have it on the Jinx, but there are boons to be had there, as here comes Kuma going in on Des, as there is the engage, the stolen ultimate, as Kuma will slay Draven with his own axes.
That is ultimate style disrespect, killing Draven with his own ult. That's incredible. I love that.
We check back top lane for just a second. Shanghai still taking a lot of damage from this Yone. Not having a fun time here. Still up in farm though. So Shanghai still surviving for the time being. And
Yeah, this is going about how I expected it to go. I don't think Yone has basically any kill pressure onto Tahm Kench. So like, he's gonna farm, he's gonna trade, never gonna die. They're gonna stay even in farm, and then eventually Tahm Kench will be more useful than Yone.
there's the grab from the Renata to pull in the Seraphine. A little bit of extra damage from MXL, but nothing gonna go too crazy. They really would love to see a little bit of action here on this dragon, I think, but right now it is just too much pressure to get this wave any further forward than what it is right now.
Yeah, this is going pretty well for Rawr. I definitely think things are rolling in their favor. They got 1k gold lead up until it's forced the cleanse. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't expect this bot lane to be the center of so much trading, but here we are.
Yubi checking in towards that mid lane. Here comes Kuma baiting in the fight. Des is going to get it. There is the grab there, the hit onto the Silas there, as I unfortunately believe I have things. Yeah, I have the Discord overlay showing. That's fun. Why?
I actually think Draven could have killed there if he had pathed a little bit better with his ult. Oh no.
Yeah, there is.
Wait, did he cash in before he died?
No, he did not. He died, and
That's
then,
so sad.
Yeah, there is Levy going down as well, just a little bit too close. And that will just be another kill going over to that Jarvan. There is another grab. That is going to be the death of Killatron. Got to burn down. Nothing to be gained from that one either. As Gavin, I'm gonna let you take over for a little bit because I want to figure out why Discord is showing here.
Yeah, it looks like Rawr is starting to run away with this a little bit. All of the gold is going on the correct places. Like I was saying earlier that Tahm Kench does better. Like all things even, Tahm Kench is more useful in the late game than Yone. But like, if the rest of the team is fed, it kind of doesn't matter because Tahm Kench will be a big ass tank in the late game. But I mean, it's hard to peel off an entire Yone ult and a Jarvan ult and a Silas. There is so much engage in long-range team fighting options available for the side of Rawr that if it continues at this pace, it's going to be incredibly difficult for. Oh no! That ult is up again.
It's a very long cooldown. That has been changed as of late, and it is working out in favor of Rawr. As we are going to see Desirous going even more aggressive, trying to get this Jinx down. And look at the farm difference in that bot side there. Just slowly growing as this Jinx constantly has to back.
There's almost a 2k gold lead on the side of Rawr, by the way. That is a lot for almost 10 minutes into the game. Yeah. This is one of them in solo queue where someone on the team just says FF at 15 and you're like, okay, you're playing Draven mid, can you relax?
As that will be the dragon picked up. Jarvan easily picking that one up with that bot lane pressure. So no issues to be had here.
Being mean to the catfish. Oh, he went Cole too on the Yone. They really were just like, okay, top lane is, nothing's ever happening in this lane. I'm never killing this catfish. Just gonna farm. Which is a good recognition of what the game standard is at. And, oh my lord.
And here comes the engage there. There is the ult from the Seraphine. Encore for the death as Kuma will pick up another kill in the top side. Things going very poorly here for Revolution.
He was home free and he was like, I must dance.
To be fair, it's not a dance. He gets charmed. Sown is the dance.
Well, I thought it was the same thing because they're basically the same champion.
Pulling up the old memes. I love it.
It's not old meme. That's just, they're the same champion. I don't know. It's not my fault. Oh.
Yeah, here comes the Renata ult, forcing them to hit each other, but it's not enough there because obviously these champs don't care. MXL gonna get a little bit of extra damage thanks to the chompers, but nothing to be gained once again. Another failed engage on that bot side. Ooh, ult will miss. Unfortunate there.
If that guy had been standing really far to the right, that maybe could have killed. He is trying to stop this catfish from backing so hard.
Look, sometimes you just gotta bully people. It's one of my favorite things to do in this game.
Absolutely. That was a flash. That was very preemptive, but I guess if you're looking out for the Renata Q, yeah, that makes sense. If you get hit by the Q, you're probably just dead because you can... That is one of the fun combinations. I do like Renata with Jinx. Anybody who has CC that you just put down on the ground, oh no.
Yeah, there is the engage from Levy. He's going to pick that one up very easily here as Desirous needs to be a little bit careful. Getting fairly low, but it won't turn into anything there. So just the one for nothing. Finally, a little bit of momentum there as here comes Kuma into the Draven. Not going to be picking up anything more, just a little bit of poke.
Yeah, once you fall behind as Draven versus, I guess, AP Assassins, I don't really know what you do. AP Assassins are built to kill squishy 80 carries, and he's a squishy 80 carry.
You can see just how much pressure is coming through from this offside here. Oh, Killatron, what are you doing so far up? There is Kuma going in. That's the flash forward. Exhaust doesn't mean anything. Easy pick up there for Kuma. Once again, 3-1-2 on this Silas so far.
Yeah, he's there's a lot of people on that side of the map that are pretty fed. Ooh, good side step.
Oh, he's still doing a lot. Grabbing him outside of the ultimate. That's so weird. Why is that happening? Why is Tom Kench? You can see the missing pigs coming in there from Rawr. They don't even know what happened as Yone unfortunately just goes down.
It warms my heart to see that Tom Kench is still a menace. I love it so much.
I do not, but I respect you a little bit less.
I love Tom Kench top lane. He's so mean. It's so good. He didn't even hit the W, by the way. Oh.
As there is now the engaged super long range charm, but immediate cleanse from MXL as we go back up towards the top lane here. Shanghai getting fight. Levi getting caught out in the Dragon Pit. No way to get out. Easy cleanup there. The Seraphine will pick that one up. As Hussein's coming back in, he wants revenge, but I don't know if he's gonna get it. It's Tom Kench time. He's gonna lick you, he's gonna put you down, and you are going back to the fountain there. Tom Kench, Shanghai picking up another kill.
Yeah, that's the Tom Kench that I like to see. If nothing else, thank you for giving me a Tom Kench top lane to witness. I love it.
Yeah, MXL looking to be dove here. Killatron has the ult available, so they need to pop this now to keep MXL alive. Oh, it's too late. It's a slow ulti, my friend, as Jarvan will just go back and hit some minions. And now...
there's a little bit of flame in all chat, by the way, in the top lane.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's a head scratcher.
Draven getting a lot here. Nope, not gonna kill him. You're 0-3, back to 0-4. All right.
Oh man, that was good.
That gave me flashbacks to the old Nidalee.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Like, that was way more damage than I expected. Here comes the Tom Kent. Nope.
Hey, at least you could see the spear.
That's true. Most of the time.
I remember invisible spears. It was a darker time.
Who doesn't remember invisible spears? Because invisible spears were a time.
Hey, you got a top lane tower. That's fantastic. Good for him. After getting killed by the frog 2 times, at least he gets a little bit of gold. Oh my god,
this Tom Kench is actually becoming a major problem. There's the engage just from the Jarvan. Just try and keep the Seraphine alive. Ult will come through, but it only hits the Tom Kench, and he's just going to keep walking. He's going to keep licking. He's going to do his job by putting the tongue into the enemy team. MXL now getting dove here by Kuma. There's the Renata ult being picked up, trying to get something there, and Renata will die rather to her own ult, and that is another pickup though. Levy gets the shutdown. Shanghai is going deep in, does not have the team for the backup, and I think this is going to be the shutdown. No way.
You don't kill Tom Kench like that.
Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah, Tom Kench. You can nerf him all you want, but that's still a big catfish.
Oh my god, as up in the top lane, Des is going to be pulling a little bit of aggro from the Yone, but backs away just in time. Put the Tom Kench on the map. He's massive.
Yeah, and by the way, if you nerf it so that basically Tom Kench doesn't get as much gray health when there's no one around, the solution is just to team fight.
You're right.
And yeah, it works. He's still a busted champion.
Oh my god. I don't. How has this occurred?
Telling you, that Q, it's nuts. Nobody ever expects you to heal as much from it as you do, but yeah, you're still a little bit much. So going forward, we do have a Cloud Soul coming in. I would also like to point out that the gold lead has kind of just plateaued. It hasn't grown or changed really at all. They did get Rawr got first tower, which was then evened out by a bunch of shutdown gold put onto Nidalee and Tom Kench being Tom Kench. But yeah, again, I don't know. The game is pretty even as far as everything goes. Oh no.
Oh yeah, here it comes. Here comes the catfish. He's going in. He's taking a lot of damage. He's tanking it, but there's damage going through him. He can't keep his teammate alive, and there's the flash forward. Kuma's going to pick that one up, and unfortunately, that will be the death of the King Tom Kench. Des is trying to keep this tower alive. Saying, I don't know if you could dive that one just yet. MXL going a little bit too far forward. Major turnaround, though. MXL doesn't die. Gets the kill on the Jarvan. It's not enough burst just yet.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was just an issue of if Levy was there at the beginning of that fight looked way different because Tom Kench buys so much time for Jinx to get her Gatling gun rolling, and then just the amount of damage you get from long range spears as these fights roll on is stupid, and you're gonna have basically the whole fight is just MXL trying to peel and everyone else trying to dive him. Oh, get the reset?
Get the reset. No, the Zonias will block it there, and Levy is trying to get away. TP coming in behind. This is Tom Kench, but he doesn't have a team anymore. They're all dead. He's going forward. Kuma's going to get hit by the knockup, but there's 4 people here to hit this Tom Kench, and he doesn't have the ulti. It's just a death there. Triple kill for the Lux. And Killatron just trying desperately to hold on to this tower as Des will come up to provide some assistance.
I think that Rev need to just chill for a minute. That was a lot of like, okay, one person died, but we're gonna keep going. Okay, that person, we're gonna keep going. That person died, and then we're gonna keep going. That swung a lot of gold. The gold just shot up from like a 1,500 gold difference to about 6,000 gold, and that's not great. When you're looking into the like Lux is at 2 items. Silas has finished his frost. I can never ever frost, and the stop. Wow, items are stupid. They should just call them the hourglass. That's it. Sonya's hourglass. That's the name of it. Anyway,
hourglass.
2 item power spikes for 2 major carries on the side of Rawr. Whereas Jinx is sitting at the Gale Forge, which is not even the highest DPS option for a Jinx, who is your main carry other than the Nidalee. So it's going to be rough. If they can make it to the late game, I definitely think they can absolutely swing these team fights because Tom Kench. But it's going to be rough because there's so much engage and so much gold and so many good items on the side of Rawr. And the Draven is just barely a champion right now.
Yeah, it's not looking great here. Now things are gonna get a little bit more spicy. Dragon is gonna be spawning. Remember, this is only the 2nd dragon for either team right now.
Yeah, I think So I think you just seed this and go pressure topside and or Baron. Like, you are not going to win this team fight probably. You're down a lot of gold. The item difference is pretty substantial. So I think personally I would.
Oh my god, that
gold
damage! Hold up, here comes. There
Oh.
is the kill, the shutdown for the Draven, and now both the Jinx and Draven are fighting into all that backline. There's nobody protecting these squishy members, and that is just going to be a clean up. They chased the Renata too far, and finally, Revolution get the big team fight they needed.
Uh oh.
And now there is Kuma getting caught out. The Zhonya's will block out the ult from the Jinx, but it's still another death.
Oh my god. They should not have won that fight. I want to be clear. That was not. Oh my god. The gold again just swung back from. It went from 1.5 difference to 6k difference, and it's about 2k difference now. So, and it's gonna keep going because they're about to get 2 towers. Wow. Just,
Flash forward there. This is starting to look a little bit desperate. As now we do see Revolution backing away here. Great use here to try and spend that gold they've just picked up to try and even out this game.
That is a lot of gold onto the Draven. He just cashed in on stacks and got a shutdown, so he is going to be back into the game at least a little bit now. Oh look, he didn't take damage. Fun. Yeah, I am glad to see an Oblivion Orb coming out of Silas. You have a lot of healing through Tom Kench's nonsense to deal with.
Oh yeah,
he's kind of just going.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care at this point because, like you said, they're grouping now. It doesn't matter. The laning phase is over. That gray health is basically just as good as it always was as long as Shanghai is near another person. So this is starting to look rough, actually, despite how great a start this was for Rawr. It seems like it's starting to fall apart.
Yeah, that's kind of the difference between having a standard comp and having whatever the hell it is that Rawr has. Like, you have a tank, you have a hyper carry, you have a mid-game threat in the Nidalee, so that, like, these fights are still dangerous because one spear completely changes everything, but, like, their comp is just, like, it's solid, and there's a reason that these comps are, common, because they're just good. They give you things that you need. Whereas, like, there's no real.
Oh,
I don't know. It's,
goodbye.
Oh, he's gonna die again.
He's just gone. Put him under the tower. Do it. Do it.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
you don't
no,
get
you
away
go.
from
You
him
go
that
away.
easily.
Go away. Nope. He's still dead. Give him the tongue. Put him back in the fountain. Easy pickups. This is the Tom Kedge carry. Levy also looking great now.
I like he's back to full health.
Tom Kench does do that. There is the ult from the Lux, so a lot of damage is going away. Watch for the Seraphine ultimate. The Encore is available if they get a little bit too hyphy.
So there's something interesting happening here. I think that Rawr's comp is a lot better at going in than it is at going backwards. And Rev's comp is a lot better going forwards also.
Ooh, but
so
there
basically,
is, major. Look at that Renata ult coming through the Seraphine. It's basically canceling out the charm, and now Kuma's getting basically caught out and will be chased down. The Tom Kench still going forward, but it pushes them off. Watch, there is the Yone on the side. They know, they are aware. The ward will spot it out, and Shanghai just keeps waddling menacingly forward. That's too much damage. What is that?
A lot of damage. Oh, so close to being a kill too. This is good. I was like, did it come back?
Does it boomerang now? Oh my god. As there.
I do hope they start turning towards Baron. I think if you get a pick onto like Jarvan or something, you can just go do Baron. Like, you have Tom Kench to tank it, and if they get too close, you can just turn. Because their comp is like, that's the thing, is Rawr's comp can go forward really well, but going back is it's not so good. So Rev is doing something interesting where they're just deciding like, all right, if you want to go forward and you can't go backwards, we're gonna go forward because nobody expects the Renata.
I'm
We're
sorry.
supposed to.
This Tom Kench, hold up. This Tom Kench has an elixir of iron.
Yeah, he does. He's a big boy.
He is all in on this move that they have had, just cashing in on this power spike as there is the pickup on the Jinx there.
Oh no.
Dragon is going to be spawning in just 15 seconds, and you can see that Revolution won it. There is a knock-up onto the Seraphine. The charm's going to come through, immediately cleansed away, but it doesn't matter because everybody jumps onto the Jinx. The damage is gone, and now Shanghai needs to tank all of this. Here comes the Renata ult. You eat him up, you spit him out, you put him back in the grave, as Shanghai will heal back up. They still have the Draven available. There's the engage again, turning it up there, and here comes the Yone ult. The fates are sealed, but whose fate will it be? It'll be his own, as he will go down. And once again, it is Revolution winning these late game fights.
Yeah, they're playing this so well. They have a weird comp, but they're making it work because they're also playing against a weird comp.
He stole it!
He stole it!
That's so huge, because that would have been sole point for Revolution.
Okay.
But now
but,
they're gonna go to Baron.
Yeah, now it's a 3v or a 5v2, so like you just take those Barons, right? Like you could just go do Baron now.
Yeah, or you can go on to the Lux, as Shanghai seems to want to do.
Or you can tower dive.
You can kind of int, if I'm gonna be real. There is Grey Health will work
Mission
out.
accomplished. We got him.
Ult will come out just
This
for the wave clears. That was a little close there. I don't think I realized how close he was.
I don't know that I've seen a Jinx turn a corner, sing a Sylas, and going, it's fine.
I can do this. He's only 7'4".
Fine. He's cool. But yeah, these team fights are so oh, it was Sylas. Okay. These team fights are so weird because both teams want to just run forward at the other team's backline. The issue is that Rev had a tank, so like they're obviously gonna win those because they have so much more time for their backline to peel. Whereas I don't know what the backline of Rawr is supposed to do in this situation.
Try.
And this is
please.
Yeah, exactly. And the gold is now dead even. And if you will recall, at the very beginning, I said all things even, all gold even. I favor Rev's comp because they have a tank.
Oh no, the bind is down.
Oh boy,
here
do
comes
they have a
the
tank.
catfish. He's walking down, getting the flash. Got a flash after, get the Cooper, the stun, and keep running this Lux down. Goodbye. Get in the belly, get out. Go sit down for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. I don't see the gold. It's so funny that we had like a 6k gold lead on one side, and now I'm like, I don't see a way for them to win the game really. Because unless they just throw, Rev just have every advantage in the team fight they could ever want.
Yeah, and here we do see the Baron starting up here as everybody needs to respond to the Tom Kench. He may lose his life for this, but it's for a good cause. Nope, he's just going to go out, get away. There is the fate sealed. Okay, he does still win that. He does have at least enough damage to be a threat.
Yeah, but he pulled 3 people.
Oh, yeah, no, he did his job. Salute that man because he did what he needed to do.
Oh, man, it's so funny. And it's like they had to send people because Yone was never killing him by himself. So like there's every chance he just gets that tower and they get Baron. So because the Tom Kench is so far ahead, that's just something that they do not have the capabilities to match. Where is the tank shred on the side of Rawr? Who can shred the Tom Kench in any reasonable amount of time?
I mean, I'm a little surprised that we have not seen any armor pen come through on side of the Yone there, because I feel like that would be the one opportunity that you'd have.
I mean, yeah, but like So Yone still has to build his 2 items because like he's one of the Wind brothers, so you need 100% crit. But like, I mean, he's going Grievous Wounds because you kind of have to. That's part of Tom Kench's whole deal is healing. So good choice there. But like you know, even if you had infinite
there's
gold,
too many
like,
items.
like yeah, like what do you do against him? That champion doesn't tank shred. He's an assassin, and I mean, you could technically build a Blade of the Ruin King if you really wanted to.
I mean,
and
there's
I think you
also
should,
there's
personally.
also the option of the armor pen item that does give crit. Is my tanking at the moment, but all right, that's cool.
That's a big spear.
That's a big spear, but you know what else is big? This attention being brought over to the Draven here, as he is just gonna get obliterated here. Flash is out, but it will just be picked up, and that is right before the dragon. 30 seconds, as we are gonna see. Ooh,
If
Levy.
that hit, she was
But now,
dead.
hold on. That means they know Levy is back here. I feel like Levy's just in a real rough spot right now.
He is until Tom Kench gets there.
Oh, that ult flash into the Jinx there, but will not get away. There is the Lux going down as well as Tom Kench provides the assistance. The Jinx is online. She's running at them, and that will be the triple kill. Going for the Quadra now, and that will be the Quadra. Where is the Silas? Where does he go? Give him the Penta. Where will he try go? He's going in. And it should be the Penta picked up there. Easy Penta for the MXL and an easy third dragon going over to Revolution.
Alright, so MXL has 100% Penta rate in games in which I have casted him. So, you know, you're welcome. I'll DM you my PayPal later. Yeah, that's about everything you could ever want on a Jinx. Yeah, love me some Jinx.
Look, when you go from 5-4 to 10-4, it feels good no matter what the champ. But definitely on a Jinx there, as it will be the cleanup and soul point now finally for Revolution. As like you said, the later and later this game goes, the tougher time it becomes for anybody to deal with this Tom Kench.
Yeah, it's not gonna get easier, is the thing. It's just going to keep happening.
Now we do see the Baron being cleared here. Back on the timers, 2 minutes until that. Assuming we're not.
They are on soul point too, so that's a neat little sum. I don't really know what you do in the meantime here. There's not really anything to do on the map. I think maybe you could send people top lane because there is that tier 3 tower standing up there. Having a Draven in a side lane is not it, is what I would say.
Yeah, and I think they recognize that. You can see that by how far back Des is playing, right? You go up top. You just, at this point, the Draven is bait. If they commit resources to fight the Draven, it just means that Revolution on the other side should wipe the floor with Rawr. As top lane tower finally getting cleaned up, they're gonna push the aggression here and see if they can split up Rawr.
This is smart. I don't really... Yeah, you just kind of have to be a new... Oh, he's just doing it over and over again.
Yeah, going deep in. Shanghai doesn't even take damage there as the early Jinx ult comes through. Going forward, and here is the gulp. Grabbing the Jarvan, not letting him out. The Berserk comes through. It doesn't matter. He can hit fast. He can hit slow. He's still going into the grave as here comes Jinx. Shanghai, stop this. Think about these people have families.
Not anymore.
Well, okay. Do you still have a family if you're dead? I feel like you still
No,
do.
I meant they're being disowned.
Okay, well that's
Tom
fair.
Kench stole the family.
That's true. He would do that. As, yeah, here comes the Jinx frontlining a little bit here as here comes Kuma. They want to try and go for this, but they're not letting the engage happen. Back away at just the right time, and look at the Draven. All this time he's been pushing the mid lane, and it is working out wonderfully as Shanghai does not care about anything happening other than his tongue going all over these objectives.
It's come full circle. Remember my first cast?
Yeah.
It's Tom Kench. It's Tom Kench, baby. Love me some Kench. Also, I love Canyon Minion Draven, by the way. He literally just exists to push
the
lanes.
inspired
Yep.
Cannon Minion. We're going back to banner of command times.
Yeah, that's the item, Banner of Command. He's just a minion that someone gave an axe and a mustache to.
Why can I remember that, but I can't remember like Lord Dominic's? Like
man.
I don't understand why my brain.
Because Lord Dominic's never warped the meta before.
That's fair. It's entirely fair. The Shanghai, he is building AP. That is a blasting wand in that catfish's pocket.
He's probably, I mean, they're probably just going to end the game before it happens, but he's probably going for Demonic Embrace. It's just good. Because, like, you might as well at this point.
How
like,
many
you're already
giant
so tanky.
spelt items can you build?
Yeah, just slaps catfish. This bad boy can fit so many HP in it.
I'm a little bit surprised that it's the blasting wand over going towards the finish of the Thorn Mail.
Oh, I love it. It's a sign of dominance.
It certainly is. Is Shanghai gonna keep pressure up?
He also keeps buying elixirs.
I know. I was just about to say that. Keep in mind, he's still almost full build while buying elixirs pretty consistently. This boy is very, very happily fed. That is a very early engage from this Jarvan. Not going to work out for them. Jarvan just goes down. Draven picks that one up as Des is going to keep moving forward. Kuma now getting real low. The Zonias will delay the inevitable, but it's not going to do too much as that's the pickup. Shanghai, he's the banner of command minion.
Lane.
He doesn't care. Look at this.
He's just ignoring him.
That's so rude. But I think actually that may cost them a little bit as Shanghai will go down. Push will come through here as here is double bind from the Draven, or onto the Draven rather. MXL, just so much range on this Jinx now. Can keep pressure on them as there's the first Nexus Tower going down. He says it's going on to the Draven. The kiting is coming through, and that will be the Draven picking up a kill. Going forward, trying to get in. There's the reset from the Renata, and that will be game one being turned around on unbelievable levels for the side of Revolution. Yeah, I mean, you could say that. That is an option. That is words coming out of your mouth that you could say. And what a game that was there for Revolution. I don't know if I'm amazed or appalled.
I mean, they had a really good draft, barring the Draven. I mean, if you slapped any mage in the mid lane instead of Draven, they would have won, I don't know, like 5 minutes faster probably. But yeah, that was just a really good comp, like reacting to whatever needed to be done. Please don't sit on my mouse. But yeah, really good comp, executed well. They played through Tom Kench as they needed to because he was the only tank in the game. So yeah, played really well.
Yeah, great job overall, but we are going to take a quick break as we get ready for the next game. I'm going to try and figure out these issues. But we will be back just after this, guys. Don't go anywhere, because if game one is any indication, we've got a lot of great games to go through tonight. Hello and welcome everybody as we are going to get ready here for game 2. I'm going to tell them, please use the one we created for our drafting here. As we should be getting underway fairly shortly here, as there is a cat that is invading your territory there, Gavin.
Oh, yeah, he's always invading. He's a criminal.
So how do you feel about what happened there in game 1 of our series tonight?
That was certainly a game of League of Legends that was played.
Certainly was.
So, like, I mean, aside from the Draven mid, it was a pretty normal draft. Like, you had Jinx Renata Glass, which is a lane that's going to scale really well into the late game. You had the Nidalee, which is a super good AP threat, and with that AP threat, you want a tank in the top lane, so that one that's going to survive on the island, and Tahm Kench does that. So like, other than the Draven, it was a pretty standard draft, and the only really weird thing about Rawr's comp is that they drafted super heavy into damage with no hyperscaling AD threat. So it just meant that, like, by the end of the game, like, they had a lot of front loaded damage, but nothing left in the tank after they pressed all their buttons.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard to burn through with Tahm Kench if you don't have any tank shred. So hopefully we will not see that mistake being repeated, but you never know.
You truly don't. As we should be getting underway. I have given the go ahead here for the teams. We are just waiting for the ready ups. I am making sure that I used the wrong one. All right, well, I gotta update that. Give me a sec.
Go gamers.
Okay, I gotta update this. Oh my goodness, they're literally trolling me. This is the owner of the org trolling me.
I mean, after that Tahm Kench game, you can just do whatever you want.
I guess. Look.
Happens when you, sir? He's knocking things over. You are being a criminal right
now. All right. So, hopefully here we are going to be getting underway, as I do apologize. Y'all. Please. I'm not going to talk about what's happening in that chat, because it is getting sinful. It is getting very sinful.
We're doing crimes.
No, I wouldn't say crimes. There aren't crimes occurring.
Crimes.
But, definitely choices have been made.
Criminal choices that lead to crimes. Should be getting things underway very shortly. Once again, I apologize that I am kind of all over the place. Remember, I am currently running both the stream and the casting at the same time, and the stream is breaking. So, God hates me and forever will here, as teams should be readying up. Please ready up, guys. I have goofed up once again on the score, man. So I gotta restart the draft once again. Alright, come on guys. Why are we making, is that another one or is that the same one? I have no idea.
I don't know anymore. Just start, please. I cannot. Oh my god. They have started, finally, underway. Here we go, guys. Game 2 draft coming through, and if it's anything like game draft 1, I'm gonna cry.
We did it. Zeri's banned.
Zeri's banned.
We did that too.
I like that. That's a good start here. Zeri being banned. Xin Zhao also being banned. One of the more popular junglers that has been coming into the drafts here.
Yeah, I bet the same band's Lux being banned out
It's
is
being
interesting.
banned.
Like I don't know, they won that lane pretty early, but like it didn't mean much. Lux is a cannon in the late game, but she doesn't scale that hard, so I don't know. Unless they want to carry out the same kind of draft and they don't want to deal with those shenanigans. You know, if you have faith in the Jinx Renata, which you should, because that lane did pretty well. Then yeah.
So now, Tom Kedge being banned away from Rawr, or by Rawr rather. Not anything surprising. The Jinx Revolution banning that away, so definitely don't want to do anything similar to last composition.
Understandable.
It hurt my soul as well.
So that means we're gonna see Aphelios this game because Jinx is banned, and you have to have one or the other. You aren't playing the game if you don't have one of them right now, apparently.
I do need,
I guess
to
first
update
pick.
the score as well.
Really? Okay.
Gragas? First
So-
pick.
That makes me think. Oh God.
That I know it's hard. It's unfortunate for you. Uh-oh, we got a Yumi. Hey,
Yeah.
let's go.
And a Riven, okay. But basically, the Gragas makes me think they have something spicy in store for later on in the draft, because Gragas is a super safe top lane that just does fine into everything else and does really well in the late game. Great team fighting and disengage for your carries. So I suspect they have some lanes that they don't want to be countered. What the hell is going on?
All right, that is Singed, Riven, and Yumi all in the same draft.
Oh my God, is that Singed from
I
Arcane?
didn't think I could hate a draft more than game one, but I think we're already there.
So, like, I like Riven. Riven's fun to watch. It's a cool champion. I like Singed, kind of. He sucks, but he's fun, I guess. I don't know what business they have being on the same team. It's potentially Riven mid, or you could do something stupid like Riven Yumi bot or Singed Yumi bot, which given who's on that team, I expect it to be something stupid. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's
Look,
breaking me.
yeah.
I'm too tired for this.
Finally, we do have our bans coming through. The Seraphine also being taken away, and the Soraka. So still taking away any options to go for a similar bot lane that Rawr did last time. Kai'Sa definitely not going to go for anything similar, as the Akali and Gragas being there does kind of point to another thing. Yorick. Now, this is important to know. I know this one specifically. Shanghai is a Yorick main. He
They have
plays
3 top laners and a Yumi.
exactly. I'm failing to see
And
the
a
problem
Graves?
here.
Stop it! What is going on? So I guess it's Graves jungle, probably, maybe. I don't know. Nothing matters. Who cares?
I'm done.
Mila, what do you
trolling
have to
us,
say
right?
about this draft?
They're just trolling
Sir?
us.
Sir? Oh, he doesn't like this draft either. He dipped out of here into Karma.
Oh
Okay.
my goodness. That's a.
So
Is that? They've not hovered anything that hasn't already been locked in. Okay, no, they have. Now they have trolled us. No. As the Zyra,
Zyra would make
maybe
sense.
Zyra would make at least a little bit of sense. The Vel'Koz also makes a little bit of sense. So Gavin, I want you to use your incredibly big brain to tell me what is happening here, because I'm definitely too stupid to figure this one out.
okay. So as far as Revolution's draft goes, there are 2 trains of thoughts I have. It's either going to be Riven bot lane with Yumi, because one of, I guess, Riven's weaknesses in a dual lane like that would be that she doesn't have super good range, she doesn't have any sustain, she'll get poked out. Yumi kind of makes up for that, allows her to move faster, heals her up, gives her sustain, all that goodness.
Yeah.
Or it could be Singed bot with the Yumi, because haha, go fast. There is another school of thought that I don't like, and I would like to burn down that school, is Yumi AD carry. If it's Kraken Slayer Yumi, I will be hacking into Riot and banning his account.
Yeah, we will see. I mean, it's kind of a meme build, but we will see how that works out, as we are just kind of waiting on the teams to give us the go-ahead to start the actual draft here. As, like, we have seen, basically, like, this is a normal kind of draft in terms of Rawr's composition. It's not that out of the way. Akali has been coming in. Graves obviously been very potent here, and things are pretty normal here as we are going to get underway for the actual draft here in Game 2, and we'll see where things are going to be lining up.
Question. Can you report people to tournament games?
Can you report people in custom games?
I think I should report this Yumi. Whoever plays Yumi is getting reported, basically. And then I think I'll probably gift RP to the first person who kills Yumi. No pressure. That's where I'm at.
Oh my god.
And okay, I want to say this. I don't hate Yumi as a champion. I hate Yumi in the hands of MXL. Just he's broken me. Is the thing.
That man will do the incredibly stupid and try to sell it off as some snake oil amazing pick. As I believe we are getting a singed jungle here.
I guess that makes sense.
Does it make sense?
No, but look at their comp. Like, nothing makes sense. So in that frame of reference, I guess it makes sense. Whatever. Anyway, I am mad at them because I love Akali. Akali is one of my favorite champions. One of my most played champions, and like one of my best. I love Akali. I don't know who she's playing into, but there's not a lot of great matchups against that enemy team for playing Akali. And also, if it's Chemtech Akali, their comp's fine. I'm assuming it's going to be Graves top, Gragas jungle. Yeah. That makes sense. Gragas has better baking potential than Graves does.
They are what we would expect out of most compositions here. As right now we are seeing actually they're trolling us. Please, Brennan, otherwise known as MXL, otherwise known as
Banned is what he's known as.
Most exclusive loser. Please do not do this to us. Is the 22nd, I believe, is the final option to switch it back.
If you built Kraken Slayer, I'm stopping and I'm playing Elden Ring. That's where I'm at. Alrighty.
We are in for a ride today.
Really doing it, huh?
The world is cursed and we have created our own filth in which we must stay.
So, this is some crap, because I think there should be a competitive ruling on this, but also the owner of the league is on that team, so it's like, I can't report them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Riot should absolutely start allowing reporting in custom games, because clearly we are getting it. We are getting the most trolling that we could get here. Do you have any more thoughts on this, Gavin? Are there more thoughts that we can have? Because I feel like the whole draft was head empty and picking champions just to pick the champions.
Yeah, so my expectation is that Rev's gonna get stomped until late game when your split pushing wins the game. I could dress it up better than that, but I just think that's what's gonna happen.
All right, well, I need to restart my brain after the absolute depravity that I have seen. So we are going to take a quick break here as we get ready for whatever is going to be on our screens. And we will catch back up with you guys after the game has started. So don't go anywhere, guys. I want to cry. Hello and welcome everybody. We have loaded in and we are getting ready for a game of League of Legends. That is the best that I can tell you at this point.
You could make that argument.
It is definitely the Yuumi is the AD carry. And it's certainly occurring. Look, there's not going to be much analysis happening in this game. I'm going to be upfront about this. There's no real analysis to be had. It is people playing characters that they just want to play in weird freaking ways.
Yeah. I'm mad because I liked the Tom Kench, right? And now I have to see whatever this is. And what is that Singe skin? Why? Why would you pick that?
That is...
I know it's Mad Scientist or whatever it's called, but it looks ugly. At least use a fun skin. Oh.
Okay.
Well.
We do have no flash on the Gragas right now.
God, I wish.
Once
I was
again,
gonna say, I wish I could just chime into the game and be like, "Yo, Gragas burned his flash. Get his ass."
Once again, though, Riot, where is the report people in custom games option? If there was ever proof that we needed it, it is now.
Okay, so seriously, I'm really interested in this Akali Riven matchup. I don't know which way this swings, and I imagine it's just a skill matchup. Oh my god.
Well, so far the skill is going to Kuma, as it was last game.
Oh, he's using the Meow Rick skin.
Oh.
That's pretty good. The sound effects are fantastic.
Okay, the sound effects are fine. Here's my issue with the skin. The ult looks like some kind of grotesque Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, that's on brand.
That's terrible. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, but that's the brand.
The brand sucks. Rebrand.
My brand.
Oh my goodness. Here, as the root is going to come through. Des is dead.
No.
That is just complete and utter dominance. Wow.
Wow.
Okay.
That is rough.
It certainly is here, as Shanghai once again getting a lot. Damn it! Ooh, that would have been a dead Graves. I feel if that had locked him in there. Won't be the case.
So do you know why I think Yorick really likes this matchup in the top lane?
Because Graves autos are AoE, so they don't one-hit the minions.
So, like, yeah, that, but also, Yorick really digs Graves.
I'm gonna let you just cast the rest of this.
I thank you for your service.
Oh, man. I crushed it, guys. Wasn't that funny? Didn't you enjoy that? That was a good time.
Well, while you were making
All
terrible
right.
jokes, Singe did get a successful gank on the bot lane, and the Yuumi is 1-0. Illitron taking a lot of damage, and top lane once again. Yorick being the jerk. Yeah, okay, so his autos do just one hit. I feel like that's not even a good matchup for the Yorick.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, no, I actually do think it will be. Being able to block Graves' auto attacks like that is pretty huge. Also, like, Graves does scale well, but Yorick scales harder, so I don't know what Graves will be able to do into a Yorick once he gets like a Hull Breaker or some items. I don't really know the itemization of a Yorick, but I do think Yorick wins that
Generally something like Triforce or Divine, and then I can imagine Hullbreaker still very good on Yorick because the nerfs targeted ranged users. So Yorick shouldn't feel too much of that, but Graves on the other hand, definitely gonna struggle with it a little more. You check back in the mid lane, and this Riven's still very much struggling here as Kuma is just keeping the pressure on. But here comes Levy, wants to go for the singed Gankaruni, get that poison down, show where. Okay, you got to kill her first, and I think Kuma actually
just do him like that.
Kuma can just 1v2.
Oh no. Yeah. He's taunting too. Please don't dive that though, because diving a singed
Never works.
Akali feels really bad when she can't press her buttons, and Singed has the ability to put down a thing that doesn't let you press your buttons.
I mean,
And that will
it's
cause
just the
issues
E and
later on in
R.
the game. No, the W. It makes you grounded, so that's actually three of your abilities that you can't cast
you
if you're
can't
standing
use
in
the
his...
W while Why can't you use the W while grounded?
Sorry, his E. My bad. But, sorry, Akali's... Yes, her E and her R are completely blocked, and those are huge for
Okay.
Akali, so... Again, I'm tired. This game is stupid. Whatever.
Video games suck.
There's cats in the top lane
Worst thing-
that are pandas.
They
Panda cats. Panda cats.
form your right.
I do love. Here's one thing I will say that I love. MXL does not need to buy boots early because to go back to lane, you just ride on the Vel'Koz, who has bought boots.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's a
You
thing.
don't buy boots on Yumi. You don't need to.
Okay, I feel like 80K
Well, normally, I guess if you're playing AD carry, I don't know what you build because that's a build for criminals.
But my point being that I like the early boots buy can be held off a little bit because going back to lane, the Yumi could just attach and set it and forget it.
Yeah, just catch a ride with your nearest eldritch horror monster that wants to disintegrate humans to learn from them, and you'll be good. You are 2 levels down, Mr. Riven. Okay, that is not gonna go in your way. That is an Akali with an ultimate button.
Yeah, and Kuma really wants to go in on this. I feel like just a third death would be the complete demise here. As Shanghai, once again, just doing great things onto this Graves here is... Now, yeah, more and more poke coming through. Kuma tanking a tower shot, though, so still struggling a little bit as this Riven starts getting some more points into her abilities.
Yeah, as I said, I've played a lot of Akali, so I can feel the Akali brain going, I want to go in, I want to press my ult, I want to go in. And you shouldn't dive a Riven, even if she's behind. She has a point and click stun.
It's not even point and click, it's just click.
You just click it. And she has enough ability to, like, I do think she'd be able to survive the dive, or at least go even.
Okay, here's...
So it's smart. Yep.
Here's an
Go ahead.
interesting thing. Yumi currently 2 points in Q, 3 points in E at level 5 here.
So you did lie and say that was interesting. I'm not interested in anything about this Yumi pick.
Oh my god.
He's really just doing that, huh?
I don't have words. I don't have words.
Oh,
Like, I
man,
wanted to
it's gonna be
cast
an
that.
Akali game.
I wanted to cast that, but at the same time, I just didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. The words escaped me.
It is a 4-0 Akali who is 3 levels up on Singed. Yeah, there's really only one way for that to go.
That is, this mid is starting to get a little bit diffy. And definitely this Akali has an opportunity to take over a game. Remember, though, that the Yumi will be able to hook on. Here comes the ultimate to root people in place. Killatron taking a lot of damage. Kaisa will ult in. Desirus is trying to get the kill. Will not get it. The heal comes and saves the Vel'Koz there. It doesn't matter. You've got a Yumi to heal up. And that will be the 2-0 off a roam from the Riven.
That sucks. I wanted Yumi to die there. I'm supposed to be neutral, but God, just kill it.
And importantly, too, that's 1 kill to the Riven. Lots. Okay, well, you don't like.
My God. So,
This is rude.
I think the Akali is nuts. Like, that's just, you're so strong. I do think you need to start pressuring your advantage and moving around the map. Like killing this Yorick in the top lane will free up your Graves so much. Like you're not gonna gain much by just kind of pushing mid. Like you're gonna get some plates. That's cool. You're not gonna get a lot of plates. Akali doesn't take towers very quickly, but Graves does. So if you unlock that Graves, I just think this is we should start to see the Akali roaming. Because Riven's gonna try to roam because there is nothing she can do in this lane, and she just roamed bot and got her AD carry cat a double kill. Though one of them did go to Bel'Koz, so just dodge it, forehead.
Actually, here, yeah, Killatron
2v1
taking a
him,
lot
please.
of damage. Yumi holding off with that Noon Quiver, a sentence that makes me want to not be here anymore.
He's going Kraken Slayer, by the way.
Yeah, going Kraken Slayer on the Yumi for a reason that exists.
So
I'm sure.
booting up Elden Ring.
That is a missed stun on the Riven as Akali will start to move into the jungle. Just back off of vision to make things a little scary for this bot side. But nothing going to be coming through from that. Donell's girlfriend getting...
I don't know why Akali back there.
They're pushing off this Gragas now. Gragas unable to do the Rift Herald.
Yeah, that was a question up back. Like, you didn't even really have an item timer. Like, you didn't get anything of substance, and you seeded Herald control. So that was a little bit questionable. I do think like Akali needs to start pressuring this advantage, or it will come back to bite him.
Here comes the engage, the flash forward, locking down. There's the grounded. This Kaisa will not get away. MXL picks up the kill on the Yumi, and that should be the Kraken Slayer completed once the back comes through. Words escape me, and they will continue to escape me.
So I don't think it's so annoying that he keeps winning with this stupid pick because it's like he's not doing anything.
He doesn't even do anything.
He's not doing anything. The only reason he's doing well is because you have a Vel'Koz to pump out damage, and you've got the Singed camping bot lane. So it's like this pick isn't that good. It's just they're not doing anything. It's so annoying. And by like I'm trying to turn my brain back into okay, color cast this game mode, but also I'm just so angry and tired that it's hard. And also my cat keeps biting things.
It's hearing the cat slander. That's obviously the...
That is a guitar pick, not for you.
Shanghai, though, has those steel caps completed. Going to be really helpful against. There is no dash on that Graves. Has to blow the ult just to stay alive here. Shanghai really keeping the pressure up on this top side as Dragon is spawning here. And now we will be seeing a fight here, I'm sure. Kraken Slayer is complete. The Kaisa does not have anything near a complete item. Trying to get that evolve down as it has not come through. 3 AD away from it.
I don't know, man.
Dragon will be started up by Rawr. Are going to keep pressure on it. Kuma is the one to watch because he has all those kills. There is the poke coming through. Does not hit. Levy's going forward. He's taking a lot of damage. Ult will come through onto the entire team, but the Singe just dies. Kuma is doing work here. Here comes MXL. He's got the Kraken Slayer. It's working. It's doing it. It's not working anymore, though, as that will be the wipe. It is 2 for 4 in favor of Rawr as they will pick up the dragon off the end of it as well.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. This is following in line. Like, they have good team fighting. You can just win team fights. Like the Akali needed to start grouping way sooner than this because had the lead, needed to start rolling it. It's good that they got the kill now, but like that is still a hole breaker Yorick getting Herald with no pressure. He is just going to win the game at some point later.
Yeah, and now here comes the Gragas just coming in and stealing the Rift Herald away as Shanghai was trying to do it. Yeah, that'll be a nice pickup. Shanghai should be able to pick up this kill on the Gragas. Or maybe won't. Yep, Flash will be burned just to get it. Rivet is coming through for the protection. Maiden doing a lot of work. Why did you walk back in on that one, Shanghai? I do not know, as Des now needs to run like hell to get back to the tower. I don't know if it's going to come through. Stun will hit, but now it is just the absurd damage of a 7-1 Akali.
Yep, that's a strong ninja. Yeah, that's really good. It is super important to deny the Herald. Okay. Oh no.
Yeah, goodbye.
Through the exhaust. Yes, murder the cat.
Yeah. What do you do about it? Okay, honest question. What do you do against this Akali here?
Against the Akali? Wait for Yorick to win the game. like not even joking. Like you have to contest for objectives, obviously. It's going to be a... What kind of dragon is it going to be? My thing's messed up.
That does mean that it is generally going to be one of the new ones.
Tech.
Yeah, Hex Tech.
So yeah, Hex Tech is a very powerful soul to have, especially in the hands of an Akali. An Akali with a slow and increased CDR is not great. So you do need to contest objectives, but like Yorick will just eventually win the game, and that's not an exaggeration. He is eventually going to be so hard to kill that you need to send multiple people to stop him, and by that point, you have the numbers and the strength to just take objectives elsewhere, so it becomes this juggling act of trying to win the game, but you just can't. So their best option is to send Yorick topside, and then have your carries sit on top of a Singed W, because there will be nothing that Akali can do against that.
Yeah, as we are going to check back in here, 4K gold lead, yeah, 4K gold lead right now for Rawr. Almost all of that being put onto the Akali, rather, as there is the double hull breaker, the item of the hour, completed by the top lane. These top laners have absolutely committed to playing a completely separate game from the rest of the players.
If both champions build hull breaker, is the hull ever really broken? Oh!
No, here comes
There she
Kenneth.
goes.
Yep, goodbye.
So, I actually think, like, so if you have the Akali and she used the R1 and you know she's going to kill you, just run to your tower, because she's going to have to ult into your tower to get the kill.
Is holding off on this, but not for long. That will be Levy picking that one up. Shanghai actually getting the kill credit for it, and that's going to be a dead tower here. As finally we see a tower go in favor of Revolution.
And it had a bounty on it too. You know what I would compare this to? It's almost similar to having an enchanter top with smite. Oh, dead.
Ooh, wait, here comes the engage there. There is Killatron doing a lot of damage. This is gonna get the kill. It's a trade, but it works out because that has the experience and the gold from the bounty, as Kaisa will go down. Finally, Rivet getting a little bit of something, the scraps going into her mouth, as she will pick up a kill for herself.
So, I was saying this is not entirely dissimilar from an enchanter type top comp. Basically, you're funneling all of your resources into the Yorick, and eventually he will, you know, ram his shovel down the entirety of top lane. But yeah, because like you have the Yuumi, who I guess will do things in later, but you're kind of placing your bets.
Wait, hold on.
That...
Hold on. Levy's still surviving, and will get the. Yeah, there is the Yuumi. Yuumi gonna have to back away out of this one, as there's a TP coming in. This is Shanghai coming to try and save the day. The one bright spot for Revolution coming in to try and help. Kuma is fairly low. MXL holding on to the Riven to see if he can pop off, get the damage down. That will be the Riven picking up one. They're going to push him off. Another TP coming in. This is the Graves coming through. Hullbreakers be damned. They want to get in the fight as here comes Shanghai going in onto Insane, getting damage down onto the Graves and pushing it back, Kuma trying to help as best he can, but Shanghai is going to go low enough and pick that one up. Now, as Kuma will get the kill, another kill going over to the Kaisa as the Yumi will back away.
What's going on? That whole team fight, Kaisa was mid taking the tower. So, like, I just, this game is never gonna end, is it? I'm in purgatory. Is this punishment for some crime?
I believe it may be, because you and I are both familiar. Oh, wait, here comes the Kaisa going forward, fighting Levy for this. Scuttle Crab will not pick it up. Don't chase the Singe. That will be a trade, and not really a favorable one, because once again, the shutdown coming through. But the Dragon will most likely go over to Rawr.
So, Akali is 13, 1, and 5. And I don't know really what you do against that. Like, eventually Yorick will scale, but like, Akali is not going to let you if she continues to be this goddamn fed.
Yeah, Shanghai taking so much damage, even with the Hullbreaker, can't take the 1v1. So that is another kill. Now, important note, we do have the Medjais being picked up by the Akali. That is a lot of gold put into I am not going to die, I am going to keep getting kills. So one death does have a lot of gold impact on this Akali.
And it makes total sense because, again, this is kind of the same thing as last game where one team wants to run forward and that's it. And the other team just says, okay, well, we'll just run forward first and we have a better team comp, so, oh well, we win. And, but it's just reverse teams. Ooh.
Flash?
I was going to say fancy feet, but that noodle ain't got no feet.
That noodle does have friends, though, and they are coming in. Kuma getting flipped over. Levy trying to stay alive here. Heal coming through onto the Bel'Kaz. Levy, you are going deep in there. Wants to get in onto this Gragas, but the Gragas will get the shield.
Directed camera is so confused right now. It doesn't know what's going on.
Look, does anybody, as Levy will
certainly
here.
Not.
There is the grounded coming through. The flip, but Levy taking too much damage. It is an AP singed, so not enough tank stats to work through this.
Why is it an AP singed, though, is my question.
Damage. Damage fun.
But why?
As Des will take a fight
really
with the Hullbreaker Graves. And Kilotron will die. MXL going to be following very shortly as well. 15 and 1 on the Akali. Shanghai going down across the map. Ace in every single area of the map. Rawr running away with this game.
We're going to game 3, aren't we?
We are. We certainly are.
I hope it's good. I think that's where I'm at commentary-wise, is I'm going to start wildly spectating about the next game. Are you really going to? Okay, yeah. Just kill him, I guess. Forehead.
Here comes Kuma going deep in.
He's going to live.
Gonna live. There is the smoke screen. Whoop, getting a little close. Nope, there it is. There is the Bel'Kaz. MXL actually picking that one up. Big shutdown there as here trying to keep their Nexus alive, trying to end the game though is Rawr, as Ronin Seiya is going to take a lot of damage and go down. Hussein is just kiting this as best he can, but there is not enough room to stay alive there. And Revolution will keep their Nexus alive for now.
What's one more?
And the hell is extended. Yay!
It wouldn't be hell if it wasn't.
We've got 2 minutes on the final dragon, I hope, because that will push Akali over the edge and allow her to win the game so that I don't have to cast this Yumi game anymore.
What if they pick it again next game?
I'll quit.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Akali's doing well, and that's so two of my favorite champions popped off in both of these games. So I think we're seeing Kayn next game is what I'm feeling.
I feel like we can put in requests at this point. With the way the champions are getting picked, we can just put in requests.
So I'm assuming no players are listening to this at the moment, but I did say that I have a standing bounty. I'm not going to tell the players, but I am going to gift RP to the first person who plays Kayn. I want to see Kayn so bad, and I want to see Kayn. So but I did tell Brennan that. So I hope he doesn't cheat, because I will actually subtract RP from his account for doing that.
Here comes Shanghai going in. There is Donald's girlfriend going down immediately, but here comes the Kaisa, big and really ready to pop some damage down, and it is a pretty even trade overall. Levy now trying to bait this Kaisa, or this Akali, yeah, chasing the Singed, and going back into the graves. I don't think he remembered that was there, but he's gonna keep running away. Your poison is off, friend. You might want that back on. Is there? It will go. Levy gonna die to the graves. Ultimate.
It turns out you can chase the Singed if you have a shotgun. That is the prerequisite.
Maybe looking to try and solo end this game. Forward. Nope. There are too many people. You can't do this anymore. Yeah, there's the grumpy face.
Oh, I wanted to win the game.
Okay, maybe Kuma pulls this one off, but getting very, very low in order to do so. We'll go back in. Will die shut down once again, going over to the cat. But
okay, so they're getting Hextech Soul, so hopefully my torment will be over soon.
Hopefully, but we
By
will
the
see.
way, Riv have taken one tower this game.
I mean, it was the top lane tower with that Yorick, so you'd expect it.
And it didn't even do it alone. It was because Singed went top, got the kill, and they pushed it together. So it wasn't even the Hullbreaker Singed or Hullbreaker Yorick alone. I'll see y'all in 20 minutes kind of gameplay either.
Yeah, Baron will be picked up for Rawr, so once again, just them controlling their lead, looking to push even deeper and finish off this game very shortly.
All right, y'all. Rawr, I am begging you. Please just go hit the Nexus. just go kill it. You get 50 gold for it.
That's money. You like?
Yeah.
Everybody loves money in this game.
That's a reward for killing the Nexus. You get 50 whole gold. You could buy so many things with that.
Here comes the Yorick. There goes the Yorick, as Levy will be going deep in. MXL gonna pop off, trying to get some damage down with that Kraken Slayer, but it's not gonna be enough. Killatron goes down. Nexus is going down. There is nobody to stop it. Levy trying to provide a distraction, but the only distraction is the Nexus going down, as Rawr Extinction will be taking us over here to a game 3 tonight.
Yay! I think I can speak for all of us when I say that.
Yeah, well, with that, we are gonna take a break as we get ready for that, because I don't really know if we have much more to say about that game.
I don't.
All right, well, with that, we will be taking a short break to get ready for game 3 tonight, guys. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Once again, Game 3. All the marbles are on the table here as Rawr does take Game 2 in dominating fashion here. And we'll see how things are going to shake out in Game 3. Remember, this is the one to take the series. So both teams need to come with their A game this time around. Please.
Come with a game that doesn't have whatever just happened in it. Thanks. We're good. I don't want any more of that. I'm so tired. Yeah, so I think the bans are gonna be pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Zeri, just don't let Zeri through. Normally I would say Jinx Aphelios handshake, but I don't think that's happening.
We're beyond handshake. As given the
They're just
okay
punching
for the
each other
teams
and me in the face repeatedly, and that's the
are
handshake.
underway for draft number 3. Let's see what the dice end up with this time.
Oh boy, I am
Is that?
dreading.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Teemo
Yeah,
ban.
they had to forfeit a ban, so it's a
Yeah. So
placeholder.
there is a e-sub coming in for Rawr, so they do have to forfeit a ban. Teemo has been the agreed upon one, as is tradition. So nothing crazy coming through. But the Graves, the Zeri, the Xin Zhao, nothing out of the ordinary so far.
Yep. I don't think, again, these are the same bans we've been seeing pretty much. Zeri and Xin have been banned every single game. Graves makes sense. It's a hyper carry late game. Gwen's left open, so gonna snag that. That makes sense. Jinx is also banned. Very strong champion. Again, if this were normal, I would say just pick up Aphelios because he is almost just as strong as Jinx, and fills somewhat of a similar role. But I doubt it.
So Gwen has received some nerfs recently to take her out of the jungle and put her back into solo lanes, but she also has received a little bit of a range nerf on her E, making her a little harder to trade with. So gonna be a little bit of a tough time. Renata Glask being picked up, so we can expect some kind of hyper carry on this bot side. The Singed is back.
Okay. I will say picking the Gwen first does leave you open to being counterpicked pretty hard. There are some rough matchups for her. I know Akali is one that people have been picking up to play into her because, you know, Akali's going to be on your face. She doesn't really need to worry about the Shroud so much. You can't go for the long range E's, but whatever. So, yeah, that's an interesting thing to see. We've got the Nami coming out. That's interesting. I think that the counter to Renata is either long range poke to whittle her down and just burst her from range, or super heavy engage tank support like Leona or Alistar, because like if you're on top of Renata, there is very little she can do about it. Yeah, that's interesting. Jhin, so they have a lot of long range and supporty, so I expect to see some fighters. I think maybe Nidalee might be good again into this comp, and then maybe, I don't know. Kayn is who I want to see.
Gavin has absolutely tilted our stats and our games now, as he has put money into the pot. He is actually paying people to throw games by picking Kayn.
No, I'm not. I actually did tell Brennan that since I told him already. He didn't count for the thing.
So, okay, never mind then. Brennan does not get any extra money, so nothing to be worried about.
Well, thank God
here.
for this, though. So it will be interesting to see whether he goes for Assassin or Rost. Kind of completely depends on what Rawr pick. I do think Assassin Kayn is straight busted if you can get it early. The speed that you can assassinate people is disgusting, and from angles that you do not have to think about with any other champion. You have to become so paranoid about walls. It's insane. But yeah, so like if Kane gets fed, oh, you do not like. There's no disengage on the side of Rawr so far, which is exactly what you don't want to see when you're playing Kane. Is like a Soraka or something. Hey, look, Aphelios.
Hey.
So that's good. They are taking this a little bit seriously. So yeah, I expect Kane to go in the jungle. I hope. Singed top. You can send Kane into the top lane. Wouldn't recommend it right now. He does well into certain champions, but it's a really weird thing to do. So it's gonna be Gwen jungle for Rawr.
It does seem to be. Now, I hope Rawr are aware of the nerfs, because they just straight up nerfed her. Excuse me, they have straight up nerfed her damage on jungle camps. So it is just not ideal, but we'll see if it still can work. Cassiopeia going to be the last pickup here, so that does kind of confirm the Singed will be going top lane this time around, and that does strike me as another Shanghai pick, so I'm not super surprised to see that one.
Yeah, you could still, because they did just play Singed jungle, so you could Singed into the jungle and send King top. Again, don't think it should happen, but it can. But yeah, so this is not the worst game to play Kane in, to be honest. If you're going red form, you have top and mid are all going to be giving you red essence plus any scraps in the jungle that you have with Gwen. So that's a pretty easy avenue to get your form relatively early. And then into that late game team fighting with Renata Glask, if you do manage to kill a Kane through all of his healing, you can get back up again. It's fine. So I actually kind of like their comp a lot. I hope the Singed goes tank this game. AP Singed is doesn't really do anything for you.
Here's the thing. AP Singed is I think technically the higher win rate build, but you have to take into account how much of that is Singed getting fed early and building damage because of that versus just.
And then people in solo queue going, "Oh, I don't want to play against a Singed," and then FFing.
Exactly.
So
exactly. I really love. I will be entirely honest that I am biased. I prefer Singed as a tank. I'm glad that tank Singed is a viable build once again, because he has been just nothing but kind of a melee AP carry that plays like an annoying asshole the entire game. And now I can be a tanky person that is an asshole all game.
They basically added an item into the game for Singed, and almost exclusively for Singed in that Fimple Winter, because he wanted to build a tier, and he wanted a tank item, and that is perfect for him. And now Rise builds it, and that sucks. I hate it.
Yeah, so now we will see everything locked in. The Aurelia is locked up for top here, and so I want to ask here, what is the plan here for each team?
So, Rawr have a lot of scaling into the late game, and they have a pretty decent team fighting comp. Jhin can engage from long range. You've got the Nami for both catching people out with the bubble, assisting Sylas on assassinations with the slow on her E. Lots of long range disengage. Big team fighting comp. On the other side, you got Revolution, who want to win their lanes and then transition that into late game, because the team fighting isn't stellar. Cassiopeia late game is a menace. Same thing with Aphelios. It's almost the same comp, similarly in terms of what they want to accomplish in the early game, and how they transition to the late game. But Revolutions is way more aggressive. I like to think of Renata Glask as a murder enchanter. She is just an enchanter that wants to kill you. So it's an interesting matchup, because both Jhin and Aphelios are long-ranged AD carries that scale really well in the late game. Jhin has more pick potential in setting up his teammates, whereas Aphelios is the high damage carry that you want to protect. But yeah, so I think both these teams just want to get to late game and do their thing.
Absolutely here. This seems like a slightly more skirmishing composition here from Rawr, whereas Revolution have just a strong team fight built into this with the Aphelios, the Cassiopeia, and the Renata. Lots of power there. I'm really actually interested in this game finally. Seems like we finally have these teams playing seriously. Maybe they just wanted to play a best of one, in which case, don't waste our time next time, guys.
Or play Kane in all 3 games.
Or play Kane all 3 games and make Gavin happy, and maybe make some money if Gavin actually is gonna...
Nah, I gave that disclaimer pretty early. It's fine.
Alright, as the timer will tick down, and we will see the teams go into our 3-minute delay here. I'm interested here. Once again, we do have the Silas on Kuma, or Kuma on Silas. As 3 games.
Same thing.
It's too many games. Too many games to cast. Too many games of utter wildness.
Too many games.
Yeah. So, as I always try and preface here, what are you expecting from these junglers here? Because neither of these junglers, like, unlike game 1, where it was just really aggro early game junglers, these junglers both, to me, are kind of farm up, maybe poke gank early on.
Yeah, so Gwen does not gank very well in the early game. Aurelia has decent setup for ganks in her E, but like Singed's whole deal is just being a nuisance and dodging everything, so I don't think there's a ton of kill pressure there. Same thing with Silas. Like, Cassiopeia should not be close enough to the wave to let Silas engage super early. But on the other side, Kane wants to gank as much as possible early to get that form and get rolling. Once he gets that red form, it's going to be rough, assuming he's not too far behind the curve, because I do think there's room for Rawr to invade Revolution early, because Kane is super weak in the early game. So hopefully some aggression in the early game is what we're going to see.
We're going to take a quick break as we load into the game, and we will see if the early game aggression is going to be what we get. But don't go anywhere, guys. It is going to be an explosive and finally somewhat normal game as we get into game 3 of Rawr versus Revolution. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome everybody. We are into game 3 as Rawr is on the blue side, moving in for an interesting invade here, but will be spotted out, and Revolution on the red side. Again, I am Thousand Eyes alongside Gavin for this final game 3 of the night.
Yeah. So one thing I would like to, actually two things I would like to call out. Levy took the worst Kayn skin, so that's not stellar. And then also he took Red Smite, which is bad. You should not take Red Smite. Well, I mean, like, I guess you can, but
if this is red form,
I mean, no. Okay, so the thing is, one of the beauty, like the reason I think Kayn is so good as a champion in general is if you do go red form, you are so hard to kill and nail down. And one of the reasons for that is your ult. And the fun thing is, Blue Smite procs your ult. So Blue Smite is very, very good on Kayn, because even if you don't hit them with your skill shots, you can still just ult whoever you want.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, if you're like pure dueling power, obviously red red Smite is better, but like just the maneuverability, the possibilities is very, very, very good on Kayn. Some interesting trading in the mid lane. Cassiopeia, I don't see this champion a lot anymore, so I don't really know how well she does in the early game. I know obviously late game she's still going to be a monster. Oh no.
The answer is not good, as it will be the easy pickup for Kuma once again with the level 2.
I also think just Kuma likes playing assassins, is what I've learned so far.
Yeah, does seem to be the case here. And I will say that Cassiopeia's early game is pretty solid, assuming she has the mana to back her damage up. Because that E is very scary, and it stacks Conqueror incredibly quickly. She is one of the spellcasters that stacks it the fastest. As Shang is actually coming in with the engage here, and that's just going to be a death for him, but we'll trade that out. Hussein is here for the jungle. Gwen here. Des is actually going to turn that around?
That's so good for Des, and so incredibly bad for Kuma. Look at how many minions that he missed just there. Des is level 3, probably pretty close to 4 with those kills and all the minions that he got. Kuma's, oh no, that is so bad. That is one of those examples where, like, yeah, Ignite is good because you can get a kill, but also TP helps with wave management so much better, because he was able to TP back after that kill, and there was a huge wave built up, and that is why the Singed came helping, which is great timing by him.
Trading will
nothing
come
really
through.
happening here.
Yeah, a pretty standard trade as you'd expect. Now, just gonna be the back away. Bot lane, I don't think we're expecting too much unless there's some jungle intervention. Obviously, the Singed is already doing silly things with this Predator.
Yeah. More ganks than Kayn so far. That's fun. Always love to see your top laner gank more than your jungler. It's a good time. But yeah, so Cass was able to pick up tier on first back. Oh no, dead though. Rip though.
Oh, or is he
got
there?
help.
Don't go back in. Kuma is going to get hit by Levy. Remember, this is the unevolved Kayn. Does not have the damage. Kuma will get the W.
Oh, no.
And the dash away. Kuma's just too good. And that will be Dess's death as well. Kuma flashes over just to make sure that he dies. And here comes the Irelia. Shanghai going down. Everything falls apart for Revolution in the span of 20 seconds.
Yeah, that is the downside of Kayn early. You do not have a lot of ton of kill pressure on. Yeah, there's not a lot of ways for you to gap close. Your damage isn't that high. It's rough. It's rough. Unfortunately, with Spectator Client, we have no way of knowing how close he is to Evolution after that fight. But he is getting some more essence with the skirmish in the Gwen, which is what I was looking to see.
Now, the question is here, what Kayn are we looking at? Is it going to be the
Red
assassin, or is it going
Oh,
to
it's
be
going to be Red Kayn, for sure.
Okay. Because even that kind of surprises me with the cooldown beams coming through.
So, so the thing is, with Red Kayn, part of your unkillableness comes from being able to get out your abilities so often, because so much of your healing comes from
Ooh, wait,
lifesteal.
Killatron is getting very low. Will get out. MXL is going forward with the Aphelios. Won't get the kill. Heal will be popped just to stay alive as Darnell's girlfriend. She is putting out some damage, trying to be the Nami of legend, but will just go down in the process. It is just the supports picking up the kill, but it is an 80 carry and a support death that favors the ability to farm going over to Rawr.
Yeah, it's a similar example of what happened in the mid lane. They're like, yeah, the 80 carry just died and missed a ton of farm. Oh, God.
Turn away. Just don't look at it, guys. It's not for human eyes.
Ugh. It's going to be rough. I definitely still think they have the potential to get to the game, but oh no, what are you doing, bud?
Oh.
You can't be there.
And Levy will go down 0-2 on the Kayn. Not the strongest early game and definitely not having the most fun time.
Yeah, if you're gonna get the essence early, you absolutely need to coordinate your gank with your laners. I don't know why he's not going top more, because Aurelia's gonna be pushed up. Oh no.
Maybe that's why, as Young Nats will get the solo kill pickup here in the top side, making this look even rougher. But I do want to mention that Revolution have turned these around before. This very night, in fact.
I mean, yeah, but they also had an Akali that game, and they do not have an Akali here.
Ooh, unfortunately, that will not be. Ooh, good flash away, though, from Des to not get hit by the Odo. Trying to chase down Kuma. The heal will come through. Kuma's able to stay alive. I hate Silas, man.
Yeah, turns out maxing W just makes you really hard to kill. Oof, oof, oof. And that advantage that Cass built up in the mid game is just gone.
Oh,
it's all gone.
Levy,
And
you can't fight
Kane,
this.
you don't win these.
You're three
You do not win
levels
these,
down.
buddy.
It doesn't matter. Don't get fooled by the health bar. It is not as low as it may seem.
Got some essence though.
Did get some essence, but
We take those.
this has all been melee range essence. So, definitely.
So yeah, Conquer is a big sign that you're gonna go blue, red form. You can go the Bruiser build of Blue Kayn with Bruiser items, and like that's a thing, but not as much of a thing ever since the
Curtain
change
call is
to
opened on the bot side,
minor
though.
items.
Yeah, shut up, Gavin. It's fight time.
I want to talk about Kayn.
All right, you can talk about Kate again. I'll allow it.
Well, now I don't want to. Just kidding. I always want to talk about Kayn.
I was gonna say.
But yeah, so with the changes to the fighter, okay, never mind.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just some trades. Get it out before the dive happens.
Oh yeah. With the fighter item changes, I don't know how Blues or Kayn looks. I haven't been playing much lately because the game is super hectic in the early game, and Kayn doesn't do good in the early game, so the meta does not favor him in any way right now.
It does not. Kuma is coming down to this bot side, and he may be favoring some extra gold in his pocket as there will get spotted out. MXL is going to pop the turret, but it's not going to block out. Great Everfrost to get the double root there.
No.
Killatron's barely getting out, but there is the ult steal. MXL going to end up assisting, killing his own teammate, and it's a double kill for Kuma. Here comes the Cassiopeia. It may be a double kill now, turning the other way. The snake gets a little bit of money in her pocket, and hopefully can go back and get a little bit more going for her in this mid lane. We do see Des actually getting back in onto this Gwen and then the bottom side. Not going to turn into anything. Shang really just trying to hold on to this top side as best as possible, but this Aurelia does not want to allow it to happen.
As much as I want to see a comeback avenue for the Kayn in the really fed, not even, oh my god, I just noticed that is a 38 farm at 10 minutes Cassiopeia. Yikes. That is 3.8 CS per minute. That's not good. That's really not good.
It's not ideal.
And it's
Ooh,
no, it's really
Shanghai.
not.
burning the flash
man.
just to stay alive. It's just there's flashes of good coming through for Revolution, but they need more than a flash in the pan to make this all work out. As oh my goodness, the Jhin is starting to hurt.
Yeah, so the thing is the only lane that you could call even okay is the bot lane, and like Jhin and Nami is never supposed to win that lane. That like your team comp doesn't care about that lane.
Goodbye, Des. That is all
Rip.
she wrote for the Cassiopeia again. Will go down. MXL getting rooted, getting some damage. And here comes Curtain Call. Killatron gonna try and get out of the way, but here comes the Nami wave. Can't walk that way, and that'll be an easy kill. Dono's girlfriend actually picks that one up. MXL heal just to stay alive. And once again, they're looking maybe to go for the dive. Dono's girlfriend going forward here and forcing the flash out as MXL will have to back away. Going forward again, but there's no tower to protect you. They're in between the towers. The flash bubble does not hit. MXL has to get back to the tower, but the flash from the Jhin will come through. Levy not going to survive. Ends up going down just for walking by, as it is just everything coming up Rawr.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it was BM for Nami to take the kill from the Jhin, but then I noticed that that means that Jhin has 4 assists, and that is a true support right there.
That is living Jhin to the fullest here, because the 4-4-4 dream is still alive.
Absolutely. Just has to die 3 more times and only get 2 more kills.
I do that all the time in League of Legends.
Yeah, this one's looking rough. You got a fed Aurelia, you got a fed Gwen, you got a fed Silas, and now bot lane's getting fed too. The avenue back into this is that you have a tank frontline in Singed, and the Singed is not building tank. It is 12 minutes into the game. Kayn doesn't have his form yet. It's not stellar. Yeah, it's not looking great. I think Cassio, if they can get to late
Oh, don't
game,
cast her, cursed it. There is the stun though. Kuma actually maybe getting taken a bit low, but the ignite will finish it off. Shanghai flips into the tower, but Young Nats has too much health. It is over in these solo lanes. Massive wins across the board for Rawr.
Is this a go next, do you think?
There is no next is the problem.
Yeah.
Maybe
Kayn doesn't win this.
Kayn
I love
does
him so
not
much,
win
but
this.
Kayn doesn't win this.
He is a small but stupid boy, as he will die once again. Flash
don't burn
burned
Flash
as
too.
well.
Buddy.
The tilt is setting in, everybody.
Buddy, I wanted to see Kayn, but not like this.
The monkey's paw curls a finger.
Yeah. Man, that's a bummer.
Hussein comes through.
Oh, well.
MXL does not block the shot, and that will mean that Renata Glass goes down. The Jhin will pick up the kill on the Aphelios there. So once again, Rawr making a successful dive and making it look just all too easy.
Yeah. Nobody. Oh my! This is brutal though. Is the thing.
Des, you gotta admit, you gotta like avoid these Everfrosts, man. They are just killer at this point. And now you can see Shang just struggling. The wave just not in a great spot for the Singed ever.
Yeah, I don't see an avenue back into this. Oh, we got red form! Look at him go!
Now there is the red form steal for Kuma though, so the healing was not enough already. It's definitely going to be enough now. Curtain Call gonna open here just outside the tower range, as it is just barely not going to pick it up. Des does not get hit by the wave and will keep pushing forward. The root comes through the slow just to confirm the kill. Shut down going over to that Cassiopeia here.
Yeah, I mean that's some good gold, and it's going on the right person. If there is someone who can carry this game, it is Dez on Cassiopeia. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. They don't have any towers taken yet. We are at 2 dragons so far. Another one spawning in about 3 minutes. and it's going to be Infernal Soul, which is going to be more damage, which is bad. Oh, get him. Get him.
Well, he menacingly existed. Is MXL going to get jumped on by Kuma? There is the Berserk to keep MXL alive. And it will be enough just for now, as there is no real hope, I feel, for this Aphelios if he stays around. There is the root coming through. Kuma tanking up a lot of tower, but there's Nami to help out.
Kuma's playing the game of, I wonder how many tower shots I can take before I'm actually in any danger.
MXL with the red-white, but at this point, I feel like you can fight Aphelios whenever you want.
He could fight with one gun on each appendage, so that's 4 guns, and it wouldn't matter. Oh, here he comes. He's got it. Cancel the Gale Force.
Yeah, canceled the Gale Force, Levy. Going too deep here, though, I feel.
Get his ass.
There is going to be the turnaround. Hussein is going to come in, and now here comes, oh my god, through the stun, because the Q started before it hit. As there is the jungle mid duo going down again.
Shreds, you say?
Yeah, ooh, Kilotron here coming in to protect this tower, but actually Desert has taken a little bit too much. Kilotron kiting this one out. Who is he? He's getting these kills. Shanghai coming in, trying to confirm these kills. The exhaust will come through just to keep this Nami away from the Singed, and Kilotron says, I don't want this game to end yet. We still got more to play.
Yeah, there is a Silas pushing in the bot lane. Nami is screaming in all chat, ah.
I'm in a little bit of trouble here as MXL will push forward. Red-white is gone, so here comes the engage. Kuma is doing so much damage, though. 4 levels above the 80 carry. Levy trying to do everything he can, but Kuma is going to go back in, try and get the W off, but will die. Shutdown goes to the Kane.
That's 1,000 gold.
That's 1,000 gold.
Straight to Kane.
Just pump it in his veins as he still wants to go forward.
Some gold.
Go on to the fish. We're getting some sashimi in a sec here if it all works out, as Shanghai will keep chasing. Levy is going to heal up, but that Jin does way too much damage as Shanghai is going to keep chasing, do the flip, but there's nobody to help you, friend. Dono's girlfriend is actually going to pick up the kill there. And now all that Kilotron can do is flash away, try and stay alive. The jukes from this Renata have been great.
Yeah, he's been pretty good at sidestepping. He also has the least deaths on his team.
Absolutely, as Renata, a little bit of a bright spot here for Revolution in this game. Right now, another dragon gonna be taken down.
I feel like if you're Rawr, just go grab the Herald. Like, might as well. There's no way that if you group as 5, they can stop you from just taking the inhibitor. There's no way.
Yeah, it's... Oh, it is starting there.
Even if you don't want to force the fight, like, you have Gwen immune, you have Silas's mobility, Jin's range, and Aurelia's 4 and Onus.
Yeah, and a dead Kilotron once again. Gotta go down. Adding to the death count, Levy dodging everything as best as possible here. Great jukes here. That's the Kane we wanted to see. Levy, though, gonna get the ult for the heal. Des is trying to turn it around there. Kuma going deep, deep in. And the heals, the tankiness coming through. Kuma actually does not hit a champ with the E, but will with the W. And it is just too easy for these dives. Kuma is way too far ahead.
Yeah. He is pretty good at assassins, turns out. Second game in a row, he's bought a Medjai's, and it worked.
Hi, playing with fire here. Gonna get rooted up again as Kuma wants to go deeper. Might be a little bit too far, though, as the Zonias will come through. Berserk comes through on the ultimate there. Almost kills Hussein with his 4th shot. As there is the ult from Aphelios, but this is in a 1 and 5 Aphelios. This is not the scary Aphelios. disengage, like you said, will come through as Killatron now needs to run for his life. They can re-engage on this one as Young Nats will go in, but will die afterwards. 1,000 gold to the Aphelios. Hussein now coming in to try and test his luck as Des will move forward. Desirus will get away with the help from the Nami. Levy not able to hit that knockup, and I think we're finally getting the disengage.
As much as it looks that the fight went about as well as it could in this circumstance, it's still, you know, 31 to 11. You're down almost 15k gold at Soul Point, Infernal Soul Point, I should add. If there is a road back into this game, it is a long and incredibly difficult one. And yeah, I don't really know how you stop a Fed Gwen from engaging you with this team comp that you have, but you should just stop her.
Just stop her, guys.
Just ask her nicely. She's really polite. She'll do it.
Oh my goodness gracious, here as we are coming up on 22 minutes very soon. Killatron, you really look, if the Nami is there, there's probably other people. I don't.
No. She's just a fish. Renata Glask is literally shooting fish in a barrel.
But what happens if there's more than fish in the barrel?
I don't think we even need to consider that possibility, because what else would there be? What
Enemy
else could you
champions,
possibly
though,
put in a barrel?
Fights are coming up bot and top at the same time. Shanghai is getting rooted, getting into the face of Hussein, but Hussein does way too much damage. Levy gotta go low. Wait, great berserk coming through onto the enemy team there. Rawr has to back away actually as Des will teleport up here. And that will be just a 2 for 2 overall.
Yeah, so the gold lead went from 15k to 5k. Because we're just trading kills. There is a Baron on the map. We could do that. But also, just trade kills, Forehead.
Well, I mean, look. The other thing to mention too here is the Medjais on Kuma. Stacks are gone now. It is officially not gold.
He was still solo killing Cassiopeia under tower when he didn't have the Medjai.
But my point being is gold wise, gold efficiency wise, there is still like it is a massive jump for Cassiopeia to be able to match Silas a little bit better now.
Yeah. I mean, it's always nice to knock the stacks off of a fed AP carry with a Medjai's. But also, can they please just go do the Baron and end the game? is my question.
We will have to see here as this is not looking great still. As
this is the bad time as Kane when you're behind, because it's like you get vision when you walk through walls, so you're basically just a moving ward.
Here comes the fight. Hussein going forward. Curtain call will be called. Shanghai gets hit by the wall, but that will keep him alive for just a little bit longer. There is a great berserk coming through. The W will cancel out that. Desirus is trying to get away. Levy is staying alive here with the healing, but here comes Kuma, and Kuma wants to finish this game. There is the berserk coming through from Kuma, of all things. Flash away. Levy will pop in just to steal the blue buff and walk away here.
Yeah, you might as well.
As there, the E will not hit. The knock-up will, as Nami is going to help take this. Yeah, that is why you might not. As that will be once again the pickups there, as Rawr still winning these, but not as convincingly as they were before.
Yep. Infernal Soul is up though, and oh, that's a dead Renata Glask.
It is.
She can't. She couldn't bail herself out. She did not pull herself up by her bootstraps.
She certainly did not. As I don't know if I want to open that can of worms right now. I'm too tired for that. Ward will spot the dragon coming through, but it is just going to be watching them do it. That will be the Nami picking up the dragon, but it doesn't matter. Soul's still going over to Rawr.
This should allow them to close out. It could also allow them to posture near Baron, because then you force them to come to you. Otherwise, you give up Baron, and they just win the game. So I would like to see that, but we probably won't. We'll probably just see more ARAM. Here we go.
Oh, wait. Desper's getting low once again. MXL doing a lot of damage. This is the Aphelios time. He had the red-white. He got the kills here, and now Hussein is left alone in the middle of the team there. There was not any follow-up there because Kuma and Young Nats were just not around. There is Kuma grabbing the Kayn.
He's gonna try to 1v4.
He's gonna try and 1v4 here. As it is Des going down. There is the damage coming through. Killatron taking a lot of damage. Now Kuma needs to get that ult down. Will not get it. Levy getting the shut down here.
He couldn't use the Kayn ult at the end because he was sitting on top of the Singed W.
As Baron is available now. We'll see maybe if there is going to be the pickup coming through for Revolution, or if they're just going to take the fight win and back away.
I don't think you can take Baron here. They're all up by now. Sorry.
Yeah,
Gwen has... Yeah, I know. Gwen has Ghost coming out. That's pretty big for her. Silas has Flash and Ignite. So this next team fight probably going to be pretty quick because the Infernal Soul is going to make it that fast.
It's very possible, but I mean, we did just see a fight with the Infernal Soul not work out.
We saw one person get caught out, and the other three just kind of walked into the fight.
And you're telling me you can't see it happening again?
No, I can absolutely see it happening. I would not like to see it happen again.
Baron,
thank God
5K.
they're starting the Baron.
Yeah, 3K now as here comes the Renata ult trying to push them off. Gwen is immune, and now here comes Levy to pop in. It's going to be the 50-50 coming through, and blue team will get it. Early Smite does not get the kill, and here is the wipe. It is everybody going down. Rawr clean up, and with this Baron, they should be able to end the game.
Thank God. Oh, is he gonna get one more kill?
Oh,
hey,
Shanghai trying to kite this one out. No shot does he actually survive this.
Yeah,
he does
you
not.
don't get out of this.
Kuma popping the Zonias just to style on him with the little dab, as Silas does flip the chains in. Inhibitor will go down. Baroned up minions are ready to go, and that will be game 3 going over to Rawr in a better game than what game 1 looked like, but it still looked rough for how much they were winning by.
Yeah, the final score ended up being 44-20. Nice. That's a lot of kills.
That is a lot of kills.
So many kills. They had 65k gold at the end. That's so many kills. That's so much violence.
Especially for 28 minutes.
That's a lot of kills for 28 minutes.
Absolutely there, and good golly, if it isn't an interesting experience to watch there, as it will be the pickup there for Rawr on the 2-1 scoreline for themselves. I mean, I don't feel we can put much stock in this win for like these 1 games for either team, because it feels like the whole thing was kind of a meme.
Yeah. Super didn't like the Singed pick in either of their games. It did nothing. It got 1 gank off in the early game, in that second game didn't do anything else. Would have loved to see basically anything else, like an Ornn would have been good or something like that. But yeah, that was certainly a game, and if I didn't have to construct analysis on it, it would have been a fun game to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully we can see these teams play a little bit more seriously going into the future. But as it was, we did see some definitively like analytical things we could break down. First being, Kuma's kind of cracked at League of Legends.
Yeah, don't give him assassins. Just don't.
Or a champion in general. Just don't.
I mean,
Unplug his internet.
It's mostly just the assassins, I think, is the thing. Yeah, it's just don't let him play assassins.
Yeah.
That's my main takeaway. And if you're gonna play Kane, go into it with a strategy to get him federally, or he will just kind of flounder in the mid game.
Yeah, it definitely could have turned out differently there, but I think with that, we are going to call it for the night. Thank you guys for watching for this whole 3-game affair that it was. And we will see you next week. As I actually don't know which game we're streaming next week, but we will see you next week casting whatever League of Legends we have in front of us. Thank you guys, and we will see you next week. Goodbye.